Kalalal Wahawad Lai Yahweh Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem HaKadosh, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to the brothers on the four corners of this earth that push this word in truth and in sincerity. And Brother Manatazak and Shalom. Here to another short video, also pertaining to the famine and hearing of the word. Right? This is a bill that they want to pass in the UK now. We've done our recent videos concerning this hot topic was done on what Trudeau wanted, the bill Trudeau wanted to pass in Canada. Well, she's implementing, we know he'll implement it. And then a brother put this in the chat group, and today I was listening to a brother talk about the bill they want to pass in Washington State, which is in America. Now, mind you, when we was bringing out the info on the situation in Canada, we said this will start happening in America as well. And look now, this article is basically about it happening in the UK, right? Or their measures against the word in the UK. So we go run through this. Start the video on the brothers' pages. Stay in the Spirit 144K, I believe. Stay in the Spirit 144K. The brother was talking about the video was from 3 days ago. I don't know why it now pop up on my YouTube, but nevertheless, he was going into the bill they want to pass in Washington, where it basically says they will pay you if you report somebody committing the hate crime or hate speech or whatever the case may be. So now they're incentivizing it, they're getting a reward for tattletale, and now they're saying that the tattletale hotline or whatever. Look up the brother page and find the video and take it. Nevertheless, let me go down into this. It says government to launch crackdown on hate preachers entering UK. It says ministers are looking to make greater use of powers to block people seen as non-conducive to public good. Right? It's non-conducive. Let me see what the word conducive means. I have it here. Hold on. Just bear with me. Alright, conducive. It says tending to cause or produce something. It says conducive means tending to cause or produce something. Example, regular exercise is conducive to happiness and a feeling of well-being. Right? So basically, conducive means if you're not helping the cause. Right? So non-conducive is the ones that are not helping the cause. Right? It says the government is planning to prevent hate preachers. Now they could say hate speakers, hate promoters, whatever, but they should use the term preachers for a reason, from entering the UK following the Prime Minister's speech warning in extremism. Now, we know what they're talking about. You understand? We know they're targeting us. Right? Because the bill they want to pass in Canada strictly talk about people who preaching aloud from the Bible. Who does do that? They blatantly came out and say, hey, we coming for y'all. Right? Going on, it says, according to reports, the new plans will see identified extremists added to visa warning lists and refused entry to the UK. They say identified extremists, right? So they know us. They are able to identify us, right? It says it is understood ministers believe they can make greater use of powers to block people from entering the UK if they are seen as non-conducive to the public good. Now, what we just do, we just report the truth of the matters that are going on in society. We just report, hey, the CHIP is the mark of the beast. Some people that say, no, it's sin. They won't be seen as non-conducive. We would, because we were preaching against what they deem as good for society, because they're pushing the chip as something good for society. Yeah? We will be deemed as non-conducive. We will be deemed as extremists. When we say, hey, if you take the mark of the beast, which is the CHIP, you will be damned. You will eat a missile. That is some... I'm pertaining to what the brother was speaking about in the video. right? Stay in the spread 144K. He was as in my page, he was saying, you understand, all you have to do is just tell somebody something they don't want to hear and they can report you and get $2,000. Who wouldn't want free to it's simple as that. Who wouldn't want that? Now they said no, yeah, they really be on your P's and Q's. You know, the article he was reading from, it was saying, just now people wouldn't be talking to nobody, they'll be just talking to the close friend and family members. You understand? It says typically used to prevent people who pose known security concerns from coming to the UK. It is understood that it is understood the new plans Slovakia will extend the powers to include those preaching racism, incite or using intimidation or violence to undermine the democratic process. They say those preaching racism. Right? What we just preach? What we just preach? Anybody know our doctrine? No, we say what? The elect men of the Lord are above all else. Understand? The nation of Israel is above all else. That is racism in itself. Saying that is racism. Because we are the children of Israel. We are the Israelite race. You know? Nevertheless, according to the Sunday Telegraph, the Home Office is also looking to clamp down on far-left anti-democratic organizations. The moves follow Rishi Sunak's speech in Downing Street, in which he warned that democracy is being targeted by extremists and there were forces here at home trying to tear us apart. Yeah, because they want to stand for folly and we stand against it. Lord Wolney, the government's independent advisor on political violence and disruption, who conducted an official review into fringe groups, told the Telegraph there has been an unholy alliance between far-left groups and Islamist extremists on protest marches. Right, but how they could say there's been an unholy alliance between far-left groups and Islamists when they fund the major Islamist groups? It is a known fact that they are the ones funding the ISIS and the jihads and the so on and so forth. These so-called terrorist cells, they are spawns of their own creation. They do it. He said there was a gap in the government's understanding of damage an anti-democratic far left can do. He told the Telegraph one of the conclusions of my review is to look at and understand the threat from anti-democratic far-left groups alongside that posed by Islamists and the far right. For understandable reasons, the focus since 9/11 has been on violent terrorism. Because the far left has not posed a similar kind of violent threat, there has been less understanding and less focus on the way in which they can harm our society. A Home Office spokesman said it was considering the report's recommendations extremely carefully. Pro-Palestine protests continued across England and Wales on Saturday following Mr. Sunak's warning that demonstrations and democracy itself were being targeted by extremists. Yeah, because why? They stand against them and the folly. The Palestinian Solidarity Campaign singled out Barclays Bank for its day of action, assembling at nearly 50 locations, including the branch of Tottenham Court Road in central London. That is on the article. Yeah, so basically saying the ones who standing with Palestine, they are anti-democratic. They are part of the extremists, right? That was saying, once you don't stand for their agenda, you're against them. The same thing with the Lord. Once you don't stand for the Lord, you're against them, right? So now let we go to so we seeing where they're clamping down. You know what I mean? Rebuke, basically, rebuke is being outlawed. Right? Reproof is being outlawed. Right? The way of the Most High is being outlawed. Right? This is the book of Amos. Amos 5 and 10. It says, they hate him that rebuke it in the gate, and they abhor him that speak it uprightly. Yeah. They hate him that rebuke it in the gate. They hate them that tell them what? That tell them right from wrong. So this is the condemnation for light is coming to the world, and men rather darkness and light, because the deeds were evil. Is that not written? That is written. Men rather darkness, they hate light. They hate correction. Right? The Jeremiah 28 and 8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. That is what we do. That is what we're doing. You understand? This is what we just do. This is what to always do. This is what we do. The spirit of the prophets is subject unto the prophet. So if you was a prophet back then, you'd be a prophet now and you'd be doing the same thing. You bring it, prophesying, you bringing down a strongholds, right? Because we don't preach violence. We preach the facts that, hey, this kingdom is going to fall by nuclear fire. Yes. These are the facts. This is the truth. Right? Ephesians 6, start from 11, pointers in 12. It says, put on the whole armor of power that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Now, the word wiles go back to what? Strategy or strategy. Right? The strategies of the devil. Right? It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Yeah, we wrestle against them. We wrestle against the principalities that are trying to push on the people. Right? You're all talking about racism. Racism is not just a preference of a race, but yet all this pushing sexual preference on little children. If you walking down the street with your boy child and he push up, he said, like we say, he see something pink in a window and he make a gesture at it. You know? They say, oh, he's a girl. Don't call him a him. Call him a she. That is what they getting at. Madness, that is just folly. That is fucking, that is inconvenient. Right? That is inconvenient. Right? They're pushing their sexual preferences and their sexual immoralities on the throats of children who don't know better. And when you try to correct them, you are outlawed. They hate him that rebuke it in the gates, you'll be outlawed. You will be outlawed. Right? Let me go back in the book of Amos here now to pull up precept. It's Amos 8 and 11. It says, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh, and shall not find it. Right? The famine is of hearing the word, because the elect ones, the men who was sincere, the men who was out there doing the will of the Most High, day in, day out, in season, out of season, they're still going to have it in them. The teachers are still going to be teachers. They wouldn't be teaching, but they would be teachers. They would be the scholars same way still. The elders going to be the elders, the apostles going to be the elders, the apostles going to be the apostles, like, yeah. The men of the Lord going to be the men of the Lord. They will have this truth, they will have this knowledge, they will have stability and strength of our times, because what the scriptures say, wisdom and knowledge will be the stability and strength of the times, no? We're going to have it, the rest of y'all are going to burn. Yeah? Y'all are going to, y'all are damned. Y'all are damned. Right? Because what this time, this prophecy is here. The days no longer come, the days are here. The days are here. Right? Because why they are blatantly showing that they hate what Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai stands for. So this is the book of John chapter 15. We can start at 18. It says, if the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world, they would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. Yeah, that is why now they incentivizing snitching on us. You understand? That is why they want to not let us come into their countries. You know, they want to outlaw us. But we don't give a finger in the middle, really, you know. It is what it is. We already knew this time was coming. We glad it's here. It's just meaning it way closer than we thought to Yahweh Shai's return. That's all. This is a faith booster, really and truly, you know. We glad to see these things. We glad to see that we are being outlawed. You understand? If you ain't get the word by now, sorry for you. Sorry is your portion. Right? It says, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they so persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will keep yours also. Right? And look what they did to Yahushai. Look what they did to his apostles. Look what they did to the prophets of old, who was beheaded, who was thrown into prison. You understand? Look what they did to our Messiah. So what do you think going to happen to us? But we are not above him, right? Verse 20, it says, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. Yeah, they don't know Yahweh, and they don't care to know him as well. They don't care to uphold his laws and his ways. Right? They don't care. They don't care about it. It says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin. But now they have no cloak for their sin. Yeah, so now they have no justification. Wrong is wrong, right is right, and they don't like that. Understand? There's no gray area for them to play in anymore. They can't hide. It says, he that hated me hated my Father also. If I had not done among them the works which none other man did, they had not had sin. But now have they both seen and hated both me and my Father. Yeah, they hate them both. They hate them both. Because Yahweh sends out the word and Yahweh executes the word. Right? It says, but this cometh to pass that the word might be fulfilled that is written in their law. They hated me without a cause. But when the Comforter is come, whom I will send unto you from the Father, even the Spirit of truth, which proceeded from the Father, he shall testify of me, and ye also shall bear witness, because ye have been with me from the beginning. And this is us bearing witness now. We could see that, hey, they did outright hate him. They outright hate Yahushua. This is us bearing witness. They persecute us because we speak the words Yahushua put in our spirit to speak. Right? Yahushua. And they persecute us for it. They outlaw us for it. This is us bearing witness that we stand for the truth. Alright, let me get my last precept and I will close off. This is the book of 1 Peter 3 and 14. It says, But and if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye, and be not afraid of the terror, neither be troubled. Yeah, don't worry about what they could do. You just do what you ought to do, bro. Be wise. Yeah, wise as a servant, harmless as a dove, nevertheless. Right? But don't like worry, don't be troubled. You're working for the most powerful being in existence. Don't be troubled. But sanctify the Lord power in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear. Yeah. Give a man an answer. What? Why are you so happy in this time? And why are you just looking unbothered? Because I have the truth and the knowledge of the living power. That is why I'm unbothered. Verse 16, having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you as evildoers, yeah, the outlaws, we are extremists. You know, we're not conducive to society. You understand? It says, whereas they speak evil of you as evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse you. So like your good conversation in Mashiach. And conversation don't just mean like words, it means your mannerisms as well. Right? For it is better if the will of power be so that he suffer for well-doing than for evil-doing. Right? So hopefully it was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yoshai. With that was a Kalal Wahawadla Yahweh Shem Yoshai. Hashem Kakodash, double honors once again to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to the brothers on the four corners of this earth. pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. And Brother Monatazak saying shalom.